But then what that almost like from the timing perspective, like in your story, that's quite fortunate. But like somebody could have the baby like halfway through the project.
Yeah,
like,
you don't know,
design,
do you?
and it's like kind of you're lucky that it was at the end, but it could not be. And you have to think about like how that comes over to the client, I guess, and how that internally hands over and all of those points.
I think hopefully at that point you've got maybe like some visuals you can reference or some imagery that's been selected that another designer could quite happily pick up. I've had to pick up jobs for other people before. I remember having to, I had to take over somebody's pitch once because they had COVID. And rang up on the day and I had to pitch the work for them, and we were discussing on the phone. Yeah, it was her job, it wasn't my job. And it was like, we're in panic stations here. She's in bed unwell, and I had to go in and present it.
How did that work?
I won it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe the pressure.
So maybe we don't need to get so worried about it then. Maybe it's not like an unheard of.
Yeah. But it was definitely a learning curve. That was definitely, and I felt so much pressure to do well for her because it was her job. So yeah, I think I'm used to learning to quickly pivot and learning to having to deal with stressful situations, and just having a child, you get these things crop up that you don't expect. And I've got contingencies in place and things to, quickly change a different direction if needed. That's the nature of the business and what it's like being a mother as well.
Yeah, I was going to say that if you have been in any sort of D&B, particularly a designer or a project manager, I was going to say, like you can handle like this, like that, right? Decisions, change of direction. We're cutting this out. We're adding this. We're veering that. We're not taking that floor. We are taking this floor. We changed that, right? Like with the pictures tomorrow, like, oh my, like we've got
you're used to like decisions need to be made now.
And it needs to be good. Like anything second rate is just not good enough in D&B. Like everyone wants like the best at the best price, like yesterday.
You often get a situation where you've got a large team of clients and we have a clash of meetings, and so you have to rearrange that meeting. So we're already flexing in the kind of system, and we're having to flex budgets, we're having to flex programs. So why can't you just flex around a mother? Because to me, you're losing a lot of talent. Like I know
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Have you seen a good
definitely.
talent?
Yeah, I've seen mothers that have been demoted when returning back at work. I've seen mothers that have requested to job share and it's been declined. And you think, what a waste of talent. And then on the flip side of that, I've got a really good friend who works for a large tech firm, and she's been completely valued. She had her baby around a similar time to me. They allowed her to return back with like compressed hours. So she does like a 5-day week in 4 days. Mm-hmm. And she got a promotion while she was on maternity leave. She's since moved up again since returning back. Like they completely value her. And of course, that makes her want to work more and be more productive and prove to them how great she is. And if that's what a multi-million business tech firm's doing, they're obviously making it successful, and they are successful. So why can't our industry see that you can make it successful and be successful? I think it definitely opened my eyes to the obstacles that people face, just on a really minute level compared to somebody that maybe needs like accessibility needs, might need a wheelchair, like you said. These people are facing these obstacles every day. I can make a choice not to bring the pram and put the child in a carrier, but they haven't got a choice. And there's certain shops I couldn't go into because I couldn't get the pram in. And it's definitely, we're all about inclusivity at the moment. And like you mentioned earlier about neurodiversity, that's a big topic at the moment, which is amazing. But I do feel like the accessibility is getting left behind a bit.
Physical accessibility.
Yeah, physical accessibility. It should still be one of the main things that we focus on. We shouldn't be considering like, oh, people can use an alternative route or an alternative access into the building. There should be things in place so that people don't feel like ostracised because of it. It's really opened my eyes to that, and it's made me think, I really have to think about this when designing spaces. The only space I've seen it done really well, the Institute of Civil Engineers building, which I know because my dad is actually a fellow of the Institute of Civil Engineers. And it's a like Edwardian grade 2 listed building, really beautiful building. And they've really cleverly designed the stairs, which are very traditional sort of stone stairs, so that they retract and a lift comes up, so that if somebody needs to access the lift, it's exactly the same route as the person taking the stairs. So they're literally experiencing the exact same experience together. Like you're going up in the lift here while I walk up the stairs. And they're engineers, so you think, yeah, they should be designing these really clever things. But I keep thinking, we're designers. We should be able to design this better than thinking about it as like retrofit options. Because unfortunately, I think it does contribute to like unconscious bias when hiring people, because people are thinking, well, we'll have to make the adaptations to our T point, or, you know, all these kind of things. And it shouldn't be like that. It should be, we can just take in anyone. Like, this is an inclusive place and everyone has the right to work here.